can't get up. Even if I try, I think I'm afraid.
These are all just submixes,
Losing the magic,
but it already sounds good.
your gravity pulls me in, and I lie back down, ready to give in and give up.
You only heard the background vocals that I have in there that follow the lead vocal tightly. But when I'm done with those types of vocals, I usually take some time to just add some vocal textures. They could be ad-lib stuff or me experimenting with some heavily affected, heavily processed vocals, whether I'm doing it with the TC Helicon processor or something on my computer. I can just cut like an improv moment, me just going at it, singing over the track, and then cut a piece of it and just process to the point where it's like unrecognizable, but it can add some really cool effects in the background because I don't want this production to be stale at any point. Let's hear it with all those additional vocal textures.
It took us a while to realize that time would run ahead of us.
It's a good example, see? The lead vocal goes, "It took us a while." And then I added this background vocal that says, "Took a while ahead of us." Like it takes the words from the lead vocal, but then improvs the melody, like adds some variation to the melody, kind of echoing the same thoughts that the lead vocal presented. But I didn't want this to be super obvious. That's why I put this eventide effect on this particular vocal. If we solo this, this is how it sounds. You can't even hear what I'm saying. But with the lead vocal, you get the idea that it's almost like an after echo of the sentiment that the lead vocal put forward with the lyrics.
Took us a while to realize that time would run ahead of us. See, I don't remember.
I just realized something else. I actually can sing this lead vocal melody an octave lower, but I wanted that texture in there, and so once again, I decided to use Little Altar Boy. This time, I put this in an aux channel so that I can send my lead vocal to that whenever I wanted to. Just wanted to have that option. And as you can see, this time I actually moved the pitch, not only the pitch an octave down, but also the formant. I adjusted it like all the way down. I moved it because I wanted to sound like a very muffled guy, like a male vocal. I didn't want it to sound like me, and I didn't want it to sound super clear. You can hear how subtle it is.
How we ended
It's so
up
hard to tell
together
that it's
in
even
the
there,
first
but it
place,
adds
but
body
I
to
thank
it.
my lucky stars nonetheless.
So
And
much
you
body.
say, what if?
It still sounds like somebody's talking, but it's like all like closed up like this, like under a pillow almost, which sounds creepy, but I can't really think of a better way to explain that. So I'm just gonna solo and show you what that effect sounds like without the lead vocal. Do you see what I mean? Speaking of vocal embellishments, right now I'm on a grain delay and modulation delay kick. I use it on everything. I sometimes play around with distortion and bit crushers as well. I just like glitchy, grainy stuff in my vocals. I don't know what it is. I mean, everybody has their go-to from time to time, and this is mine right now. This plugin is a free plugin, Sound Hack Bubbler, and you can just play around with all these knobs without knowing what you're doing, and you'll get it to sound cool. So it's like a good tool to have for beginners too. And I love running it through some like big reverb effects to create like ongoing but interesting sounding, attention grabbing, reverby textures in the background. So here's an example. It's very present, especially in the chorus. I printed one, I think, harmony part. I just ran it through these effects, and then I really liked it. I decided to just copy that region and put it over here as well. But the harmonies themselves are not here. So when I listen to the first chorus now, with all the vocal layers in there, this is how it sounds with this particular effect.
You'll be missing me.
A hint of the harmony.
Thinking we should be.
But when I move over to the second chorus, the harmonies are there, and the effect that I used in the first chorus is there as well.
You'll be missing me. Thinking we should be. Always staying.
You get the idea. This song is a great example of not having so many textures or instruments or takes in your session, but still making everything sound present and engaging all the way through. Because, I mean, you can see how small this session is right now. I mean, the last channel says 58, but that's only because I did many takes before it. But when you see the entire session, this is how big it is with the submixes. And these are all the vocal textures, not that many. So I just wanted to mention this because you don't have to do a lot, and you can get by just with a few takes, a few layers, and you can make your vocal sound amazing.
It took us a while to realize